So, when we look at these plethora of opportunities, that means the organization structure, the agility, maybe in those days we would have 100 IT projects. Maybe now we will need 1,000,000 IT projects. And the complexity of this execution now, those days you had just a voice and a SMS and a data, maybe 3 core services added to 100% of revenue. Now you need hundreds of services. The orchestration is a lot more complex. The team management is a lot more complex. Partnerships a lot. So how does this organize? If you were in that CEO's cockpit today, how do you visualize this organization? And what is the kind of requirements you need in your cockpit to help execute this? It's so much more complicated than even piloting an Airbus A380 now.
I'm sorry, I beg to disagree. I think it's quite simple. Why is it simple? 2 reasons. Number one, we have to get into the mind of the new consumer. If we get into the mind of Gen Z, millennials, understand, and on the enterprise side, enterprises, SMEs, understand what is their need, genuine intrinsic need of today and tomorrow. That is a starting point. And it is simple. It is not difficult to understand. If you spend time with them, you will understand everything. People are not spending time with consumers. Second, in terms of execution, I think it has become easier with AI coming in. AI, on one hand, is helping you with new products, which is fantastic. You can build new products, shape new products according to the needs of the customers. And second, it is adding use cases in every function of the business so that you become much more agile. Your speed becomes great, responsiveness to customers fantastic, which we never had at that time, by the way. 30 years back, there was no AI. There was no data. There was nothing online, but we still did it. Now it's easier. What does leadership have to do? Because IQ is taken over by AI, they have to basically do EQ, which means the motivation of customers, the motivation of your employees, the motivation of your partners, getting them all aligned to the goals of the company, financial targets of the company. And you can do it. If you use yourself are clear as a CEO and as leadership team member. So in the cockpit, I'll focus on people. I'll focus on customers. I'll listen more to the customers. I'll motivate, inspire my people much more. That's my job. And then goals are achieved. Execution is seen as very arduous. Execution is the most exciting thing in life. I look at execution as a romantic thing. You're out in the morning in the market. For example, I used to go to Lagos and Nairobi and Bangalore and Hyderabad and Dhaka and Colombo. Every day I was in the market till lunch, listening to customers shop by shop, dealers, distributors. I come to office, have lunch with my team, give feedback instantly of my customers. What I heard in the last 4 hours, I gave feedback over lunch. After lunch, we had financial reviews because Airtel, as you know, used to be very tough on financial metrics and financial expectations. Always, our tracking mechanism was fantastic. Evening, we finish that and then we get into celebrations, reward, recognitions, dance, eating, drinking, fantastic. People loved it. That is what CEOs have to do. They shouldn't remain in office. There's no work in office. They have to be with people, with the customers, with government, wherever required.
Can you tell us a little bit about this discipline of execution? What are some of the key traits of good disciplined execution of a plan?
So let me tell you, first and foremost, the mission of the company has to be over-communicated. If you have 1 lakh employees, 1 lakh have to understand. If you have 50,000 partners, dealers, they have to understand. For example, I remember I opened up 3.5 million retail outlets. Those days, there was no apps.
Correct.
So we opened up physical outlets with merchandising.
Yes. Yes.
We have to align everyone by over-communication. We have to say the same thing 10 times, 100 times, so that everyone knows what is the macro expectation. Then we have to connect the dots with the KRAs of individuals. Specific targets of me, you, dealers, Ericsson, Nokia, IBM, or whatever, all partners. This is the root cause of success. The mission of the company and linking it to individual targets of people. By people, I don't mean employees. It includes vendors, it includes partners, distributors, dealers, everyone. Once this is done, then you should be physically there to help and support the teams to do it, achieve it, or overachieve it. I mean, I remember I used to get calls from various people, dealers, employees from places like Guwahati and Srinagar, Shillong, Kochi, out of the blue, that you remember you came and you gave me extra this big target and I have done it today after 3 months of my meeting. Fantastic. Isn't that great? I mean, you give aspiration to people to achieve it. But that can only happen when you're physically there. Yes, now it's a lot of Zoom calls and team calls. That's okay. But still, leaders have to inspire execution.
Excellent. Manoj, it has been fabulous having this chat, and I truly get it. Maybe this is one big learning for me, that execution is easier today, thanks to technology.
Absolutely.
Thanks to the ability to see things so much more. This alignment to purpose is a core strength and opportunity, particularly in this era of distraction, AI. So if we get the purpose right, maybe,
Woodpecker it every minute.
Yeah.
That's leadership job. Woodpecker the vision to the specific individual KRAs every minute.
Yeah, if we can do these two things, I think the telco can emerge out of the car wash, as you said, rejuvenated.
Clean and shining.
To capture what is potentially a few $1 trillion of new opportunity, given by how rapidly the consumer's consumption pattern on digital is changing.
Absolutely. Absolutely right.
Thank you very much, Manoj. That was such a pleasure. Thank you for taking the time.
My pleasure. Thank you.